Welcome to the Calculus, a collection of micro lectures, video lessons, and sample exercises. Let's compute the antiderivative of this given exponential function using the substitution rule. Our next item here is the integral of e to the power of 6x minus 2 dx. Now, this is the same item in the previous video where we used the chain rule to identify its antiderivative. By the way, just for reference, the result when we used the chain rule for this was actually 1/6 of your e to the power of 6x minus 2 plus c. Here, we're going to use the substitution rule, which may seem a little bit shorter than the chain rule previously discussed. We're going to let the exponent be equal to u, 6x minus 2. That would mean this would be equivalent to the integral of e to the power of u. It would like that to happen so that we could easily use the rule for antidifferentiation of exponential function where our base is the constant e. Let's complete this by representing dx as well in terms of u. We can do that by deriving both sides of the equation here in terms of their respective variable. U becomes du, 6x becomes 6 dx, and minus 2 becomes 0. So dx then now, dividing both sides by 6, you will have 1/6 of your du. So that's what we need to write here, no longer dx, but 1/6 of du using its interpretation or representation. To continue, 1/6 is a constant, you can take that out. You'll have your e to the power of u du, which would match now the rule for antidifferentiation of exponential function where our base is a constant e. E to the power of x dx is just simply itself plus any arbitrary constant c. So with that, here we'll have 1/6 of your e to the power of u plus c. Distributing 1/6, you will have here 1/6 of e to the power of u plus 1/6 of c, or generally just c. Since u is not originally given, it's just a representation of the binomial expression 6x minus 2. Let's return into that. Therefore, our final answer here would be equivalent to 1/6 of e to the power of your u, which is 6x minus 2, and then plus c. This is the answer using the substitution rule, which is the same as the answer when we had our chain rule in the previous video. Please review that video as well so you could also compare the processes for chain rule and for substitution rule. And then it's up to you later on, if you're not required to be specific with the processes of the rule that you will be using for your future solutions. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now!